Yo, what's up my friends? I'm here playing on my new PC. You've heard about the desk area. I've been tweeting about it. I've been talking about it. Now it's time for us to go through all the equipment and talk about what's here and what things do. Ready? Let's go. All right, so first things first, there's one piece of equipment that we obviously have to cover before all the rest, and that is Zeus. That's what I'm calling my new tower. The last one was the Beast, and this is Zeus, God of Thunder, almighty, all-powerful. And so what is inside of Zeus? So obviously you see all the RGB flashing, right? You see the nice glass white case, Lian Li, but inside is what really matters. And so let's talk about some specs. First things first, we have the AMD Ryzen 3950X, 16 core, 4.2 gigahertz. This is the best of the best for the current stage. There is the Threadripper, but there was only a 2% gain for quite a bit more money. And so I felt 3950X was gonna give me the most bang for my buck, so that was my processor. Plus 16 cores, come on, ridiculous. Next thing, RAM, 64 gigs of DDR5. That's outrageous, right? 64 gigs of RAM. It just makes me giddy to say 64 gigs. And then obviously hard drives. We have two M2 drives, both of them at 2 terabytes, a Western Digital Blue, and then a, oh man, what's my gaming one? I'm gonna forget the name right now. I'm gonna put it on the screen because I'm blanking on the name, but it'll be up here. So 2 M2 drives. Then I also have a 4 terabyte Western Digital 7200 RPM and an 8 terabyte Toshiba. So total 16 terabytes of storage in this beast. After that, the most important part is obviously the graphics card. And so this is the piece of the machine I spared no expense. I got the best graphics card on the market. I got the RTX 2080 Ti. 11 gig memory, GDDR6, like it's the best of the best. It's the beast. There's nothing better on the market right now, and it's worth every penny, because playing Red Dead on ultra settings, playing my modded Grand Theft Auto 5 on ultra settings, it's just a whole new experience to playing games. Now, a couple other things that I should mention in the PC. One is an Elgato 4K capture card, so that I can capture my camera you're looking at right now, my GH5. I can use that as an input to my computer. And then I also have the HD60S capture card to capture my Xbox. My Xbox lives down below. It's on a lower shelf, but that's also piping into the PC as an input so that I can play games and stream that live. And so that's pretty much the makeup of the PC. There's obviously a motherboard specs and power supplies and all that goodness, but the important parts I've called out. Okay? So the next piece I want to talk about, they're obvious here, the lights. These are the Elgato key lights, and they are the full-size key lights, not the Airs. I did get 2. And 2 might be overkill, honestly. I don't know if I needed 2, but now that I have them, I definitely don't regret it. But if you're just getting started and you want a light for your desk area, you could probably look at 1, because these are actually only at 40% power right now. And so as you can see, they're bright, but they're not overpowering. And so if you had 1 and you had it at 80 or 100%, it would be more than enough. What's pretty great about those is they actually connect to the next piece of equipment, which is here, the Elgato Stream Deck. I got the 15 key Stream Deck, and what that allows me to do is have hotkeys and macros. I use it mostly for streaming and controlling the lights, but also it's used for video editing and managing Twitter and a couple other things as well. You can have different profiles. Next up here, I have my blue Yeti black microphone. I have it hung upside down on this very cheap arm from Amazon with a pop filter here in front of it. You know, I think the arm was like $35 or something like that, and it's actually pretty good. It holds this mic in a pretty steady fashion where it will lock itself in place where I want it to be, which is important, right? Because you don't want the mic falling or being too loose when you're trying to use it. You really want it to sit in place and be where you want it, when you want it to be there. The last part I will point to here is I have an Alexa on the top of the desk. I use her, no, stop Alexa, I'm not talking to you. I use her to control various things. She can turn on my second screen, which is out of view right now for the editing computer. She can control the RGB lights. She can turn on and off the key lights. She can sleep the computer. She does a lot of things for me. And so if I just want to talk to her and give her a quick command, she just makes life a little easier for me. And now I have to reach here and bring up one more thing that I want to show about the desk, and that is my Oculus Quest. And so I will actually get into this a little bit more here, but the best part about the Quest is it gives me a couple of different options that I don't have normally, because as you can see, the Quest is wireless, the controllers are wireless, the headset is wireless, and so what's rad about this is I actually go and I sit out on my deck, and I will sit out there and connect to my computer, and I will work in VR, and I will go ahead and use my VR to control this computer right here in front of me. And so I can be outside, I can be downstairs, I can move my office, and the best part about VR is it takes you to a different place. And so for myself, who has been struggling to be inside with the new world of COVID and lockdown and all that, VR has given me an escape. It's given me new and different places to work, and it's been a nice a breath of fresh air, just of different scenery to say I'm not stuck in the same space all the time. And so it's pretty awesome. You can see that here in the virtual desktop tool, I can just go ahead and click around and control the computer just like I was sitting at it. And it might not be as fast as me typing at a keyboard, but it does allow me some mobile productivity, which I think is a fair trade-off sometimes. Obviously not for hours at a time or anything, because nobody wants to sit with a VR headset on their face for hours, but just for, 45 minutes to an hour, it just breaks up things and gives you a nice release. Also, the Oculus is a fantastic gaming device. It has so many abilities. It has hand tracking, which a lot of the other headsets don't. The native tracking of your handhelds here is phenomenal. It is above and beyond any of the other VR headsets I've used. And so if you're looking for a VR headset, I'm going to do a separate video on the Oculus, but highly recommended tool to the repertoire. And so now I've given you all the basics here. I've gone over all the parts, and so you've gotten to see what is at my desk and how am I using it a little bit. And so with that, my friends, I'm going to go ahead and leave you and say much love. Go ahead and click like, go ahead and click subscribe. And if you want to see me do a video on any of the parts in more detail, go ahead and comment below with your questions or what video you want to see. I'm going to start doing more of these reviews and unboxing and showing, what's just happening in my world and what equipment I'm into currently. And so that's it, guys. Much love. I'll see you in the next one.